What's happening? What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another E39 repair video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I attempted to restore the faded and peeling clear coat on my $400 E39 project car. Now, I picked up this car last July to sort of rescue it, and I think this is the perfect car to experiment with in terms of paint and auto body repair because, I mean, let's face it, I paid $400 for the car. How bad can I screw it up? I would think I'd be a little bit more apprehensive to try this on a more valuable car, maybe one of my cars that's worth like $5,000 or $6,000. I think I'd be wary of trying this out for the first time. But when you pick up a $400 car that needs a lot of love, this is the perfect opportunity to experiment with and sort of teach yourself some of these skills. And if you mess it up, it can pretty much always be fixed, and if not, well, at least you didn't do it on a $5,000 or $10,000 car. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I have fixed the clear coat issue that was peeling on the front fenders of the car. Basically, the first step I needed to do was take 1,000 grit sandpaper and wet sand smoothly all of the peeling clear coat and basically feather it out, meaning you want to keep sanding until you can no longer feel the rough edges and the peeling along the fender edges. Here is a close-up look of where I've wet sanded the peeling clear coat on the top of the fenders. The first thing that I did here was I took 1,000 grit sandpaper and I carefully wet sanded the edges of the fenders to feather out and smooth all of that peeling clear coat and the roughness. Basically, you want to keep going until you can feel it with your fingers and your hand, and you can no longer feel the transition between what has been peeling and what is still intact. So once that is done, you can move on to the next step. Now, in some cases, you may be able to simply feather this out and only touch and affect the clear coat. But in my case, the paint had been so faded and was so thin that wet sanding actually went through some of the base coat that was exposed on the very edge of the paint. And you have to be very careful when you're attempting a repair like this and anticipate that you may have to actually spray some base coat, and you're not going to necessarily get away with merely putting down some of the 2K clear. Now the next step is to wet sand our finished result, and again you're going to need to be very careful and very delicate with how far you go. I happen to use sort of an unorthodox taping method here. Usually you would tape along a body line. That way, once you do the wet sanding and the buffing, the transition is less noticeable to the naked eye. For whatever reason, I decided to merely do that 1-inch strip along the edges of the fender where the clear had been peeling. Now that we've wet sanded, we're going to use some Ultra Cut 105 compound and a Meguiar's microfiber pad to buff out the shine here. Now, once I finished wet sanding and buffing, you can see the transition between the two hues, and it sort of has a distinctive line, a tape line you can see. Had I done that on maybe a few inches lower on the body line, one of the natural body lines where there's a transition. And I would recommend anyone doing this repair to attempt to use those body lines to your advantage. Now, some people will be able to notice this repair, but I would say 99% of people would never notice the tape line unless they knew exactly where to look. And part of the reason why this is noticeable is the paint fades in the sun over time and ages. And even though I had the paint custom mixed and I had a local auto body shop, supply shop, they were able to use one of their machines to scan the car and choose the exact variation in hue that is the closest match to what is on the car. And despite having that done, the mix is never going to be exactly perfect. And one of the reasons why you want to paint along the body line for those transitions is to help sort of trick it's sort of like an optical illusion, and you trick the human eye to not really noticing exactly where that repair area was done. So had I taped a few inches lower and went off of that first hard body line on the fenders, I think that the result would have been a bit better and less noticeable. But as it stands now, it came out great, and I don't think most people would ever notice the paint line and the transition there, and especially not on a $2,500 car. All right, guys, I hope that video was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment box below and I will get back to you. Always love hearing what you guys are up to, what projects you're working on, and stay tuned for some more videos and some more updates. I did just buy yet another E39. It's a 530i 5-speed, which is very cool. And I will probably be fixing that up and selling it soon. So stay tuned for some more E39 content as we roll into autumn here. And as you can see now, I'm in my E90. This is the eggplant, as I like to call it. This is the Barrique red, sort of purpley copper looking E90. And I'm bringing this in next week to a local shop to get the AC compressor finally replaced. It was knocking. I had that in a previous upload that you can check out. And yeah, that's what's going on with the fleet currently. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.